Now, go.
Ready?
You bastard!
Don't know, I come from Niger. Don't know, I come from Jamaica. Don't know my story, you don't know nothing for me. That's why I'm in your area.
Seagulls, aren't they? Of course they are. They've got a certain degree of freedom that we don't have, but that we aim to achieve. Be free of illness, be free of poverty, and be free of troubles, war, and everything. I mean, they got their problems, but we don't know that. They just make life seem very nice. They can fly up and go anywhere they want. That's the way we want to be.
Now, I came here with the same bag I brought from Nigeria. But that's the same bag I put all my boxing gloves and stuff in there. That's the bag I came to this country
with. Well, it was a bit scary because he had his hood up and sunglasses on, and he looked a bit scary at first, but then once we started talking to him, and it took us about a week to start talking to him and get friendly. But now we're all good friends. Just a big.
All through this pandemic, I have been searching for people who have been able to make a difference, not only in their lives, but in the lives of everybody as a whole. I saw this guy on YouTube knocking people out. I was glad to contact him, and he was from Edo State. Not telling you too much. Ish, I am Mike. Very nice to meet you.
Yes, brethren. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Always watching all your shows, and it's absolutely fantastic to be here.
Thank you very much. Congratulations on all your fights, all your time.
Thank you.
And taking time out to talk to us.
Yes, that was my pleasure.
First of all, I want to clear, you're from Edo State, right?
I am actually originally from Delta State,
Yes.
but I can be classed as a pure Benin boy because I grew up, my formative years I spent in Edo State, in Benin City.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So can you please just tell us a little bit about your life in Edo State and if you still keep in touch with happenings there?
Of course I do. Like I said, Edo State was a very big part of my formative years because that's where I came to be. That's where I came to understand about life. From childhood, I went to nursery school, primary school, and some part of my secondary schooling as well in Benin City.
Please, because your English is so clean and people don't know. Can you just tell us the school? Let's go.
See.
Thank you.
When we reach Benin like this,
Yes.
for my childhood, I first go YWCA, how do they call it? For Airport Road.
Yes.
YWCA, I first go
Yes.
best. Then, in fact, from there now, they don't move me go GROA, Ebenezer.
You go to Ebenezer?
I go Ebenezer. Yeah, okay. When I spend small time for Ebenezer, I can't move, go Motown Primary School.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So from Motown Primary School now, I can't go boarding house, FGC Warri.
Okay.
So, but then, we still lived as a family. My family still resided in Benin City, but I was going to boarding house in Warri. So I was a proper Benin boy through and through.
I hear you talk about Opasakomba. Is that where you learn?
Opasakomba area. Now we grow when I did young. And then my mama they teach for corner there for Maria Goretti.
Your mother teach you?
Yes, my mom was a teacher. She's retired now. She was right there beside us on Maria Goretti. I spent a lot of time in Opasakomba. From there we moved all around. I spent a lot of time in Akenwa. I spent a lot of time in Ugbo for GRA.
Oh, very
near
good.
them, Iyayi.
Yes.
I go all over the place.
Oh, very good. So we've been able
So
to
I
clear
know Benin.
We
True.
clear certified Benin man.
Oh, we are Domeki, Bataki.
Okay.
No
now,
playing.
Now I want to ask you. I saw you're fighting now. Did you start fighting in Benin, getting suspended in school and causing problems at home?
As a matter of fact, no. I was a weakling as a teenager, and as a child, I was not strong. I couldn't fight.
No.
But I had this thing in my head that I wanted to become stronger. I was actually Enter the Dragon changed my life.
Oh, Bruce Lee.
Enter the Dragon changed my life. So Bruce Lee, I think I was about 7 years old when I first saw Enter the Dragon, and then but being this kind of weakling and not being able to do very much physically, I actually bought into the idea. I loved it that in the film someone could be weak and then train and then become strong. I'm like, that's the roadmap. That's what I got to do. So I started to train myself, but my parents being my dad, was a businessman. My dad schooled over here initially. He went to the London School of Economics. So my mom being a school teacher, they all were about education. Read your books. And my dad, loving classical music, wanted me and all of us in my family to play the organ or the piano. So instead of karate lessons or being enrolled in a kung fu club, I was forced to have piano lessons and organ lessons, and I knew in my heart that wasn't what I wanted to do.
It didn't work out.
No, it didn't quite work out. So, but I credit my dad because today classical music is a very big part of my life, and I absolutely love what it does for me. Before I left Nigeria, I told you about Enter the Dragon first.
Yes.
So when I got to my teenage years, and I had a bit more independence, I didn't have to endure piano lessons and organ lessons by force. After leaving boarding house, I was a bit freer. GCSE time, I hooked up with a couple of friends of mine, and we went to look for someone to train us. And we found this guy, God rest his soul, Dennis Oba in Warri. And Dennis was a karate guy, but seriously, that's the guy be like ninja. Imagine, all them Agbero guys, imagine the guy was shit hot at martial arts, but the guy they do just die. So if you like say, he's how you fight and go on the entire body. Look, that was my initial coach. When I started training. For real, man. So
You thought you had jazz and
the guy too much. But anyway.
All right.
He got rest his soul. He's dead now. So Dennis trained us for a while, and I became quite proficient at karate. It was Shotokan karate that I started out with. Then second thing happened, the see how film to shape my life one kind. And then I stumbled upon a movie called Kickboxer by Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jesus, when I saw that, I was blown away, and I thought, I love karate, but this is it. This is what I want to do. And at that point in time, as I remember, I traveled extensively and I asked everyone here and there. There was no real internet then, so you couldn't do all kinds of searches. There was no, as far as I knew, there was no kickboxing in Nigeria. This is a very important story. There was no kickboxing in Nigeria. So
but people were fighting,
people were fighting in karate and kung fu and all kinds of different styles. There was no Muay Thai or kickboxing. I'm talking about the 1992, 93. There was nothing like that. And then I went back to the film, Kickboxer. I started watching it over and over and over and over. And because of my love for the style of fighting, I started watching all other Jean-Claude Van Damme films, like Bloodsport and Cyborg and lots of his other films. So I copied his style of fighting. I went in the backyard again for house, carry some sacks, empty sacks, fill it up with sawdust, make my punch bag. I started to train myself in kickboxing, right? Because there was no way I could learn it, under tuition.
You must have hurt yourself.
A little bit, but I just did what I thought, I could. And then in 95, I came to the United Kingdom, right? Biff baff, this work, that work, until I settled. And then I found a kickboxing club and joined the kickboxing club in '98. I started training under proper tuition by a guy called Colin Payne. And it took me 12 months from '98 to '99. I won my first English title in '99. That's because I kind of had a head start from what I was doing in Nigeria.
I was gonna ask you. You must have come in because people over here they train with soft equipment, if I can call it that way. They got real punching bags and they got all that. Now you coming in, Baco. How quick were you giving a professional bout?
Well, the fact is, I started as an amateur, but when I got into the club, there were people there already that had been training there for years, and I came in with my little knowledge. But it turns out, after about 6 months, it was like I was kind of like the best in the club.
You just come in and look at all these guys like, I'm gonna knock these guys out.
Not quite, because when you're in a club with people, you don't look to knock them out. We all learn from each other, and we are kind of like a family. But people in the other club, I had my eye on certain other champions, like, okay, I'm coming, I want that belt, and I want that belt, and I want that belt. And that's how it panned out. So,
Okay, let's talk. How many fights and how many belts do you have to date, if you can count all your fights?
I only have one belt to date, and that's the belt I retired with. I retired as the English middleweight cruiserweight champion. English cruiserweight champion.
Champ.
Yes.
So
I retired as the English cruiserweight champion in. I've actually retired 3 times now because I tried to retire twice in 2018. I kind of knocked my opponents out in the first round twice, so I decided to retire the 3rd time properly in 2019. And I also knocked my opponent out in the first round as well. So I think, and this is a world premiere, I think first time it's going to be announced in public, I'm going to retire again for the final time in September.
Are you sure?
Watch out. Watch out.
Are you sure you're going to retire for the final time in September?
I'm going to retire for the final time in
Okay.
September. I'm going to do it again one more time.
All right, we're just going to take a break and watch some of your first round knockouts, fine? And we'll join you. We'll join you back.
Okay.
So, Andy Former's still with me. Andy, it's just so colourful, isn't it?
It's a very classical fight. I love the way he fights, yeah, but I hope he protects his chin tonight.
Yes, indeed. A very colourful character, and it just wants to hope that Nakai is not as useful as Ryman, who just had a very good
Yes.
opportunity. So, oh my goodness! It's all over!
Wow!
It's all over!
He asked Dan Ballard if he wanted to continue Simon Blood. Simon Blood said no. He said, Simon Blood, no, I've had enough. That left hand was all it took.
All right, we're back. I want to ask, I see a lot of champs these days. Nigeria is fortunate. You get along boxing, sports, and everywhere you can find a Nigerian at the top end.
Yeah.
And I was watching Anthony Joshua. He said his secret is pounded yam. I want to check with you. What is yours?
I know they play with that. I know they play with that. If I not eat pounded yam for like 2 weeks, I go begin to shake like say I get diabetes. I need to balance up.
Yeah.
I need to balance up.
So you like Anthony Joshua. So if anybody thinking about becoming a boxer or into any combat sport,
Man, you gotta eat properly.
pounded yam. That's
You gotta
good.
eat
That's
properly.
good.
Pounded yam is a gem.
So today I want you to just talk to us about your physical program, keep fit, how you're working out, helping people who are bored and depressed and trying to lose weight in this pandemic.
Oh, very fantastic. Well, I do lots of classes online. Previously, I mean, before the pandemic, I'm a full-time personal trainer. So before the pandemic, you know, I spent most of my days in the gym from early morning till late night training all kinds of clients and training people for all kinds of things. Some people want to lose weight, some people want to gain weight, like muscle. Some people want to lose fat, some people want to gain muscle. Some people want to learn to fight, some people want to improve their mobility and flexibility. So I do them all. Some people come to me with medical problems, like, you know, they've been recommended to, you know, do something by a doctor or a physio, and you know they get by. So, but in the pandemic, during the pandemic, everything's gone online. So I host a lot of classes on Zoom. I have, you know, I have free classes that people can get engaged with.
Free classes?
I have free classes. Every now and again, I do like to spread the love and joy and happiness. I mean, I'm very chirpy, and you know, I can attribute a lot of my positivity, chirpiness, and to the fact that I'm fit and strong. So it works for me. It makes me happy, and I like to spread this happiness.
Can I just call you, just going back, can I just call you Dr. Ish?
You can call me anything you like, but I like to call myself the Kickboxing Happy Maker. You can call me anything you like.
Before we speed past what you're doing, you do free classes, men, women, children, all ages, and you want adult women and friends and everybody to key into what you're doing.
As a matter of fact, if you're a woman in Edo State, Delta State, Nigeria as a whole, anywhere in the UK, you don't have time to play around. You see this pandemic, we're sitting down around and doing a lot less, yeah? Don't grow out of the way your husband first saw you. Don't forget, yes? Not let side chick clear your leg come on ground. You need to keep fit and look real sexy for your husband.
And you're the sis, what times in the day, what times in the week, so they do free classes, personal training and all that stuff. You better tell them now.
Most weekends I have free classes in the morning, but people who are interested in more serious training can get in touch, and I can arrange a special program for you all.
Yeah, very, very, very nice. From Edo State, trying to keep Edo women married.
That's it. Trying to keep you and your husband tight.
Okay. In Edo State, what would you like to contribute? I mean, you've been keeping in touch. I think you've been keeping in touch with events everywhere.
Of course, yeah.
You know, if you had a chance to contribute here and back home, what would you like to contribute to your skill, empowerment, or whatever, you know?
You know, to be honest, when it comes to, you know, giving back home, giving back and helping the community back home, I know that education, yes, and enlightenment is key. And it's easy for us to just say this, but, you know, and what I'm going to say to people is, appeal to people is, don't depend on the government. The government has let us down, you know, so many times, and the government in Nigeria, I mean, we come from a rich country, we come from a rich state, Edo State, Delta State, we're Niger Delta, we got oil. If everything was right, we wouldn't be here, would we?
No.
Yeah. So guys, don't rely on the government. You guys got to go out there and look for what it is you want. Okay. You got to go out there and look for what it is you want. The youth in Nigeria, you got to find ways to engage yourself. Yeah. Get online. There's all the information you need these days. You have it online. Yeah. You guys can go to university for 4 years and study whatever it is you need to study. If I click online now, boom, boom, I'm gonna find all the information you've been studying for 4 years in one split second. Use everything out there to get what you want. Don't wait for the government. Don't wait for the government.
Let me ask, can any of the youths in Edo State get in touch with you online, get some coaching, and maybe start making a living for themselves, training people and transferring?
Of course. I'm online, Dynamic-ish. You can contact me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, simple as Dynamic-ish. On my Instagram, it's @Dynamic-ish, simple as, you can't miss it. Facebook-ish, Iron Mike, but I'm sure he'll put all the links in there. Thing is, yeah, I'm a helper, yeah, I like to help. If there's anyone out there who needs advice, or tip on how to get happy, because happiness comes naturally to me. You know, I believe I have 1 or 2 tips on how to brighten up your day. And as well as you want a tip on your nutrition, or you want a tip on your training, I can help you out. And listen to this, guys. Niger guys, this is not just to the ladies either, yeah? Everyone's got to get fit. I'll tell you what, yeah? It's not about just looking great, having a nice body. I'll tell you that, yeah? Okay. Having a nice body, yeah? Having a nice body. That's a bonus. That's a bonus, yeah? More importantly, more seriously, it's your health. How many times recently, guys, have we heard of people? I'm 47 years old. How many times have we heard of people in my age group, in your age group, just falling down and dying? Yeah?
Recently, very more recently.
Niger guys, come on, Niger guys. See, the time has passed when you go around and think because you have a big belly, you look like, yes, I'm a big man. That's all rubbish. That's visceral fat. You need to get rid of that shit, and you need to get rid of it now.
We're gonna get some guys online for each to train, empower them, and so they can start making a living, like a division of you helping these big belly guys that we're talking about here. Champ, thank you, and thank you. You know, we had to meet out in the woods because I figured out you're gonna show us 1 or 2 tricks that people can practice at home.
I can do that easy
on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to that now, and Champ's just gonna show us 1 or 2 things you can start at home before you log on to his channel or contact him for a pure workout. Would I call it a program?
Yes.
So,
Easy.
Champ, take it away.
All right.
Champ, we just need some self-defense technique for us. We're on the road 24 hours, and at night time it's quite dangerous.
All right, cool. Let me, in self-defense is very broad, okay? So let me do 101. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
So the very first thing in self-defense is to pay attention to your environment. Everything and everywhere, so that if there's a potential danger, you can spot it. Now, the best way, yes, to defend yourself is to avoid any trouble, any confrontation whatsoever. So, if it just so happens that there is a potential guy over there who's going to attack me, and he's just there, and it's dark, and it's a bit of an alleyway, and you're not sure, you know, exactly what's going to happen, and I'm coming this way, and this guy's a bit dodgy, and he's standing around the corner, I'm thinking, what the fuck is this guy doing there? What I'm going to do is turn around and go the other way. That's pretty simple. Yeah, that's pretty simple.
Get ready for
That
get my hands wet.
to get your hands wet, that is self-defense. That's the first thing you should do. Now, all right, on a more serious note, another thing as well is if you start having a conversation that's getting confrontational with somebody, right, you know when it's going to go off. So the first thing you don't want to do, which is quite relevant for the times we are now, is social distance yourself. So from this distance, it doesn't matter how rude he is to me. If he wants to slap me or kick me or punch me, yeah, he's got to come to me. So safe distance is the very important thing. Take a step towards me, anything you like, yeah? If he comes, look, I'm going to move. So this is the first thing. This is the first thing, yeah? So, okay, let's elaborate a little more, yeah? So, if, for instance, I'm stood here, okay, and he tries to aggress me, just come, yes, I'll be like this. So I need to keep my distance. Now look at this. I'll show this to you. I've gone like this. So the first thing I'm doing is, you know, kind of making him stop. Yeah, stop. And I'm going to say it as well. Stop. Easy, guy. I don't want no trouble. Stop. Easy, guy. I don't want no trouble. So simple. It looks non-aggressive because I'm not the aggressor. I'm the defender. So I go, stop. Come forward. He's still coming. This one's here, but it goes like that. Stop. Take 2 back. He's still coming. Ah! And that's how you get it. Yeah, bro? That's it.
So for when people wake up on a daily basis, you know, especially now in the pandemic, what can they do besides getting in touch with you to get some happy vibes?
When you wake up in the morning, yes, clear your head. Clear your head. The first thing I do is have a coffee, have my detox drink, and then sit down and clear my head. It's like I do my affirmations, I do my meditation, I kind of clear my head. It's not just jump on Facebook and try to see what's happened overnight, yeah? And then the next good thing you could do, yeah, to take good care of yourself is drink 1 liter of water. As soon as you wake up, drink a liter of water, have your coffee if you like, go outside for a walk if you're not rushing out to work. Go outside for a walk, get some fresh air. If you like, you can leave your phone at home. and go outside for a 20-minute walk or a 15-minute walk. Clear your head, meditate, say your prayers, speak to God, make your affirmations. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to go for what I want. And then come back, yeah? Have a little run if you like. And then come back home, have a shower, and go start your day.
That's it. Iron Mike, before I leave you, I'll be starting my day, meditating.
Yeah, man, we don't play.
I want to talk about your hair. What's going on?
My hair, right? My hair, I years ago when I watched this kickboxer, there's a guy in the kickboxer, he's the bad guy at the end, Tom Poe. Tom Poe had a hairstyle like this and like that. So because that film influenced me a lot, and I came to England and I started kickboxing, I'll tell you something, guys. In all my 21 years of fighting, I never fought a black guy. So, but, I only fought white people. But I thought I was going to have this hairstyle because, if I step in the ring and someone's scared of me, that's half the battle won. So I wanted to intimidate people. And then the hairstyle kind of progressed from there.
Don't know, I come from Niger. Don't know, I come from Jamaica. Don't know my story, you don't know nothing for me. That's what I mean, yeah.